There was a lovely family consisting of a father, a son, and a mother. As they did every year, they set off for their farmhouse during the holidays. They started their journey laughing and joking in their car. Along the way, they stopped at a hotel for a while to eat something. Then they resumed their journey. As always, they came to a fork in the road. One path goes directly to their farmhouse, another to the city, and the third, a winding road promising adventure to an ancient village some 200 kilometers away. James, ever the adventurer, suggested we visit the farmhouse every year. Why don't we explore this mysterious old village instead? Sophia, as always, was hesitant. Let's go to the farmhouse, she said. Nick, full of excitement, replied, we go to the farmhouse every year, Mom. Let's try something new this time. Let's explore this village. Sophia expressed her concern. No one knows us there. How will we manage? James says, what era are you living in? Every village has some sort of accommodation. Come on. Sophia, finally conceding, agreed. And so they set off towards the village, unaware of the adventure that awaited them. As they neared the village, a large sign caught their attention. It read, Danger, keep out. James' eyes darted to the sign, but he dismissed it. When they arrived at the village, they were astonished. Such a beautiful place, yet devoid of any human life. It seems as if no one had been there for years. Sophia said, there's not a soul here. We should leave. James agreed. All right, let's just go back to the farmhouse. Just then, an elderly man leaning on a walking stick appeared. He looked at them and asked, who are you? I have never seen you here before. James asked the old man, can you tell me if anyone else lives in this village? It's such a beautiful place, yet I don't see a single soul. Do you live here alone? Where are the other people? The old man replied, we have a severe water shortage in our village, son. That's why everyone gathers together to fetch water from the river. Sophia asked, then why don't you go to fetch water? The old man said sadly, son, I don't have the strength I used to. And the river is quite a distance from the village. Sophia said to the James, we should leave now. The old man said, it's already night and the paths here aren't good. You should stay here tonight. Their child said, Mummy, I am very hungry too. The old man said, you all can stay at my place today and leave as soon as morning comes. Convinced by the old man, the three of them followed him to his home. The old man gave them a room to stay in, fed them, and then returned to another room. It was now midnight and everyone was asleep. Suddenly the child woke up and said to his father, Dad, I am thirsty. James replied, I will get you some water. He started searching for the old man inside the house. But when he couldn't find him, he went outside and looked around. James saw a light in the house across the way. He thought maybe the villagers have arrived, and so he walked towards the house. When James peered through the window, it was as if his world had turned upside down. He saw that the old man had long, sharp nails and long, tangled hair. He looked half human, half beast. Terrified James burst into a room. When he entered, he was even more horrified. He saw human bones were scattered everywhere. The entire room was filled with bones. Just as James was about to flee the room in terror, he saw the creature heading towards the room where Sophia and his child were sleeping. James was even more terrified. He wondered what he should do. Then his eyes fell upon a bone lying on the floor, and he picked it up and threw it into the jungle. Hearing the sound, the creature dashed towards the jungle. Terrified James ran back to his room and locked the door from inside. He also shut the window. James was breathing heavily. Suddenly, Sophia woke up and saw the James. What's wrong? Why are you so scared? She asked. James recounted everything he had witnessed. Sophia was terrified. I told you we should go to the farmhouse, she said. But you wouldn't listen. Now what are we going to do? James said that old man lied to us. He said the villagers had gone to the river because of water shortage. But the truth is that the monster ate the entire village. I just saw the whole house filled with human bones. Suddenly, it started raining heavily. James said, "We shouldn't stay here any longer. We need to get out of here quickly." Then they heard a loud knocking on the door, and the old man's voice came. "Sir, open the door. Mosquitoes get very bad here at night. So I have brought incense for you. You won't have any trouble. Open the door, sir." James and Sophia were even more scared and didn't say anything. Sophia whispered to James, "Don't open the door or we won't survive." Again the old man's voice came, but this time his voice was very heavy. He said, "Sir, open the door." Sophia whispered to James, "Don't open the door or we won't survive." Again the old man's voice came, but this time his voice was very heavy. He said, "Sir, open the door." James whispered to Sophia, "We have to say something or he will suspect." James said fearfully, "We are fine. We will go to sleep. Don't worry, and you also sleep." The knocking of the door stopped. As if the monster had gone from there, James said to Sophia, "Maybe he's gone." Sophia said, "We should get out of here, but he's still roaming around outside. We can't go." So James took out his mobile and called his farmhouse. His servant picked up the call. Fearfully, James said, "Our lives are in danger. Get us out of here somehow." "Our lives are in danger. Get us out of here somehow." His servant replied, "Sir, you are valuable to us." James named the same village. The servant said, "We have heard that in that village a half man, half animal creature roams around, so no one goes there." James said to the servant, "Save our lives." The servant said, "We have heard that in that village a half man, half animal creature roams around, so no one goes there." James said to the servant, "Save our lives." Suddenly there was a loud knocking of the door again. James became quiet. Then his son woke up and said, "Dad, someone is knocking on the door." Sophia put her hand over the child's mouth. The knocking stopped again. Sophia said to James, "James, we can't leave this place now." It was 3 a.m. now. James said, "We have to reach the car somehow, otherwise he will kill us. We have to get out of here somehow." James said, "Let's do one thing. We will get out of the window and run towards the car." It was raining heavily at that time. Sophia told her child, "Whatever happens, don't make a sound." All three of them came out of the window one by one and slowly started walking towards the car. Somehow they reached the car and got inside. James was about to start the car. Sophia screamed loudly. They all saw that the same terrifying demon was standing in front of the car. His face was so horrifying that the James' son fainted out of fear. Slowly the demon started moving towards the car. James tried hard to start the car, but it couldn't start. The demon came near the car, broke the car window and pulled James out. The demon started dragging James by his leg towards the jungle. Sophia screamed loudly. James told Sophia, "Take Nick and run." As soon as the demon lunged at James to eat him, they heard voices of people from somewhere. Everyone had torches in their hands and James' servant was with them. The demon looked at everyone and left James and ran away. All the people together surrounded the demon. James' condition was very bad. There were cut marks and claw marks all over his body. Everyone together throws a trap. The demon tried very hard to run away, but it couldn't. An elderly villager, his voice filled with sorrow, and anger spoke of the village's peaceful past. People like us lived here happily. But this demon did not leave anyone. We will burn it to death. Then everyone together threw fire on the demon and burned it. James' servant and other people picked up James and put him in the car and took him to the hospital. After this incident, the people of the village started living happily. They were free from the fear of the demon. James also slowly got well and went back to his home with his family. However, this incident had a deep impact of his life. He could never forget that terrible night.